Well, 3 goals, a clean sheet, 3 points. What pleased you most about tonight?
I think the performances over the last 3 games have been there. I've mentioned in the interviews before, I think performance is key, because I think if you keep performing, the results will come. And I felt for whoever we were playing tonight, because whoever we were playing, we just felt that we were going to give someone a hiding in goals-wise because of how well we've been doing. Listen, it's still no excuse, you still got to get your points on the board, but we just believe that if the process is right and the performances are there, then the results will come. But I just looked at us the first half today, and it reminded me of the second half on Saturday. There was a lot more substance to what we've done. We were aggressive, we were on the front foot, we come out the blocks, and we started the game really well, and I think we deserved to be 2 goals up at half time.
You carried on from Saturday, as you say. You kept the side that finished the game on Saturday, and the movement and the passing was quick and sharp.
Yeah, it was. We looked at Saturday's performance, and I mean, it spoke volumes in the second half that we had to stick with that team because they had the right to go and play again, and I thought they were outstanding. And in the second half was a little bit different. They started committing more bodies forward, and we had to manage it at times today. We wanted to get on the front foot, but sometimes in games you've got to just adapt a little bit. I thought we managed the game well, and we knew we'd get them on a counter sooner or later, and credit to Kieran Morris, he goes and does that and gets the 3rd goal. So the performance overall I thought was outstanding, and to get a clean sheet as well just caps it off.
Goals in the first half, very important, as you say. That's the reward for how well you were playing. I'm not so sure whether the first goal was an own goal or whether Luke got a touch to it, but no doubt about Sam Taylor again getting the second one.
He's too big to be telling him it's not his goal. So no, I thought Luke gives us a different dimension. He's something that we haven't had at this club since probably James Vaughan, where you can play into his feet, you can play into him in the air, and he gives us a different dimension. So we want to play our way, but our way also includes going into them and playing balls over the top, and we've got a little bit of pace and a good balance up there. I thought, like you just touched on them, Sam was great, and it's no surprise he gets his goal because his movement's outstanding. He's always on the front foot, and he showed great movement in behind and a great finish for a young player.
And the movement of Regan Henry, I mean, you've dropped into a slightly deeper role. He started the first game of the season playing slightly higher, a bit deeper tonight, and he's got Connor Jennings around there as well. I mean, they're so busy and so confident on the ball.
I don't think you can really single out one player today. I think right the way through the team. So I think they've even made improvements from, you look at pre-season, first game of the season. I mean, I look at Leo Connor and the performance on Saturday in the second half, and then today he looks more like the Leo Connor that we know and love, and I thought he was great today. But to a player, I thought we were outstanding, and Connor Jennings, you can play him anywhere and he'll still be Connor Jennings, only one of the best players on the pitch, because his attitude and application's outstanding. But you look at players like Connor Jennings and he just epitomised a Tranmere performance, and I think that was what we got today.
I think that helps probably, with Jordan Turnbull next to Jake Leake as well, and Connor on that side as well, and Jake, we saw a little bit more of the attacking side of his game tonight as well, didn't we?
Yeah, you've got to remember his age as well, and he's growing into it. He's learning. He's a great character. We say all the time, recruitment, we always look at the character, and if they want to develop and kick on and improve. When we brought in Ethan Bristow, we knew he was one of them characters, so that was no surprise. He done what he did. And Leakey's the same. Leakey's come in, his mentality is great, wants to learn, wants to improve. And even when he gets beaten, he doesn't give up, he gets back, and then in possession of the ball, he's got great athleticism and qualities going forward, and I don't think he's hit the ceiling yet, which is great credit to him. He'll still improve and he'll still get better.
And you mentioned in the second half, a little spell we had to just dig in a little bit, didn't you, sort of thing. But again, the experience of your defenders, Tom and Jordan there at the back, and your goalkeeper being safe behind them as well.
Yeah, they put a few balls in our box, but credit to the lads. They defended the box, they threw bodies at it at times when we needed to do it, and that's the mentality you need. You need to make sure that you're making sure that if anything spills in the box, people are at it, jumping, and I thought they were great at that. And just to add as well, I thought the subs come on, played a really important role. I thought Paul, Josh and Charlie, they could be a bit down about not playing because of last Saturday, but they come on with the right attitude, which we expect, and they went and impacted the game in the right way.
And that's really important. You touched on the strength of the bench at the weekend, and again looking down the bench tonight, and some people not even on the bench. So I mean that's really important, and they're all buying into this. You can see that from the way they're responding to each other.
Yeah, I mean, we got a bit of a sucker blow with Harvey. Harvey, unfortunately, he's going to be out for a few weeks, so we've got bad news on him. But
that's the ankle injury.
It is, yeah. So it just shows you with Harvey that he tried to even carry on with that injury and said he was all right, but in the end the scan showed otherwise. But again, you look at the squad and the depth. Last season before, you got an injury up the top of the pitch and you're scratching your head. All of a sudden, it just puts Charlie on the bench, and you still not weaken the side.
And I know it's not about you, Dorsey, but I mean, that first win, is important, isn't it?
Every win's important, and I said to them all the time, I'll stay level, whether we win, lose or draw. It's just getting prepared for the next game, because, like I say, I look at the performance, and the performance is there. The results will come. It's different if you're underperforming, and we don't. There's going to be games throughout the season where you've got to grind them out, and you've got to grind out a win. We don't want to be that team. We want to perform, make sure the performances are right, and then the results will come. And we've got to go on a run now. One win's not enough. We get prepared for Saturday now.
And your celebration at the end with the fans, had you thought about that, or might you sort of go back to the choreographer for that?
I'll have to speak to somebody, but it's just it's just the emotion of it all. The fans are brilliant. The fans were great today, and I think credit to the fans as well. I said it in my last interview. They understand what football is, and they know Saturday we were hard done by, and I think they were all looking forward to tonight. And I think they're saying the same thing. Someone's gonna get a hiding, and it's just unfortunate for Harrogate. They were next on the list.